Welcome to the Lead with Your Soul podcast. I'm Michelle Wright, your host and fellow traveler on this journey of self-discovery. This podcast is designed for women navigating life transitions and yearning to embrace their true selves. I'll be sharing my personal journey from navigating the complexities of divorce and blending families to reshaping my career to something that resonates with my soul. With 3 decades as a teacher and mentor, I'm here to share insights, heartfelt stories, and practical strategies. Together, we'll explore how to cultivate self-love and create the vibrant, fulfilling life you deserve. Join me each week as we dive deep into the art of living authentically.
Welcome to the Lead with Your Soul podcast and March Messages for Your Soul. I'm Michelle Wright, and I'm so happy you're here. Today, I'm going to be pulling the cards that are going to help guide us through the energy of March. As always, I'm looking to help you build your spiritual sovereignty. I'm going to describe the cards. I'm going to channel my messages and connect it to my experiences. And for you, this is going to light something up in your mind, heart, and soul. That's your intuitive connection. Follow that line. And what that means is that after the reading, you might actually start to journal, or you might daydream or contemplate or reflect more deeply about one aspect or another. Take that nudge, take that breadcrumb, that leap into your own soul message and make this collective one even deeper for yourself. I'm going to ask you, if you're here, to whatever platform you're connecting with me on, send me a like, make sure you follow. Send this to a friend or someone you love that might benefit from the messages that you're on. And if you're interested in going deeper for yourself, connect with me on Instagram and look at booking a Sacred Soul session. That's where you and I sit together, and through our conversations, the questions, we pull the cards, we look at them together, channeling, resonating with our spirit team and our intuition at the same time. Without further ado, let's get into the March messages. And March starts off with a continuation of this karmic energy that we have in astrology. On March 3rd, we have our lunar eclipse. And we had the solar eclipse earlier in February, and so it's kind of connected within these couple of weeks. So you might have seen some energy shifting, or you might have seen yourself dealing with some difficult, crunchy energy, or energy that's just expanding you forward. Whatever it is for you, this is something to really be curious about. It's happening for you. Whatever's going on is happening for you. It's an area to expand. It's an area to heal. It's an area to release. Whatever your story is, that's what this time is about. It's very exciting in the sense of it allows us these marks of time to really dig deeper into our own heart, our own soul, and think about where we want to go and how is that happening for us. So for you, what do these cards mean, and where are you seeing them aligned with the patterns in your own life? I'm going to now move down my camera so you can see the cards that I have chosen to start out with. I love to start with some cards that are the overall of the reading, and then I'm going to pull more specific parts of the reading. And the first one from Kim Krantz, the Wild Unknown Archetype, is the Judge. So this archetypal energy, it's overriding. So you dig into this archetype and what it means. So the judge, a judge is someone who's able to evaluate. They're critical. They're thinking about things. Is it good? Is it bad? What does it mean? They're judging a performance. We just finished the Olympics. And they know all the different factors, and now they're making a judgment. We're all a judge. And in our lives, judgment is so important. Our challenge starts to be if our judgment is not based on a whole perspective. And what I mean by that is that when we find ourselves in fear, in free fall, in worry, in the big tower moments that happen in our lives, our judge can be very critical. And I find this for myself as I become very self-critical. When I look in the mirror, I have self-critical thoughts. And then when I look outside of me, I'm critical of those around me. So I find myself less loving, less compassionate, and more critical and judging. And that's when judgment is not helping us grow. But judgment filled with love allows us to really see what is the light, what is the shadow, what do we need to accept, what do we need to release, what do we need to heal. And looking at yourself and what your inner voice, your inner language is about, is it filled with self-critical thoughts, self-deprecating thoughts? Are you edifying your own heart, your own soul, your own life, your own choices? Or are you looking at them honestly? And honest doesn't mean it's whitewashing it. Honest means it has a true look at it, but with love, with compassion, with forgiveness, with understanding. Because with this love, this strong base of love, you can make these decisions to move forward. And another big piece about this is that in the craziness that's happening in the world, we need to bring our judgment in with this love, this compassion, this forgiveness. And we need to bring it online for ourselves in our own life and the collective. Because we need to, in a very solid and grounded way, help others learn how to judge themselves and their situations in a way that is grounded in love and therefore allows them to make changes as they move forward to expansion, spiraling upwards towards your most authentic life and your highest potential. And it's a journey. So meaning I still find myself in those moments of self-critical judgment. And it's about catching yourself with love, forgiveness, and compassion, and then moving into a more helpful state of judging through the lens of love. So catch yourself. Look at when it's happening. Look at where are the patterns of where it's happening in your life. Is it in specific situations? Is it specific times of your year, your month, your week? So is it an indication when you start being negatively critical because you're exhausted and overworked and you've let your boundaries just be exploded and you're giving more than you're bringing in? So then that becomes an indicator of making sure you have an equal reciprocity between giving and receiving. And I know for myself, that can be hard. It is easy for me to give. I feel control in giving. I love giving. I feel happy in giving. And I can be depleted in giving. And therefore, I have to stop myself and say, you know what? You need to move towards also receiving. So when someone says, Michelle, can I do this for you? Sometimes my response is like, no, because that's what I've trained myself. That's the pattern I've been in. I'm a giver, not a taker. And I say, yes, thank you. It comes from a compliment. Thank you. It comes from a gift. Thank you. And with each step of that, that means that my reciprocity and my allowing myself to accept is helpful. So find out where this fits for you this month. And our Michelle Buchanan beautiful numerology deck is about self-love, number 61. And it's really looking at this self-love, this inner judgment, and it follows in suit with it. So this is about reflection for yourself this month. What does self-love look like for you? Can you journal and list the things you love about yourself? And do that in the 4 quadrants of mind, body, soul, and my spirituality. It just took me a minute. I had to find it again. The 4th one, in your spirituality, is there self-love in that? And if there isn't, be curious. Do not get into that critical judgment. Instead, be lovingly curious. Are these old paradigms I'm holding for myself? And so for some of this, for me, it has come from some of the religious background that has tied me into I am really a sinner first, and therefore I am inherently evil, wrong, bad. And it's only through the graciousness of the divine. And instead, I've come to appreciate that as a creation of the divine, I am actually created with light, love, joy, happiness. That's actually my birthright right from the beginning, not as a sinner, but as this loving, powerful light being, this human soul in this body. And so that work has helped me to understand my self-love. So for you, what does self-love look like this month? When you find yourself critical, is it because there's a lack of self-love? Start checking those points for yourself. And here we have our Tao Oracle, conflict. And I'm going to read these words because these words might be the ones that resonate with you. Will to power, hostility, jealousy, stubbornness, aggression, fear, competitiveness, controversy. So for me, I see these words describing that judge. These are the flags. Wherever I find myself in conflict with my own heart, my own soul, in conflict with others, is it because I'm jealous? Is it because I judge myself less worthy? Is it because I see myself as better? And I really have to check this because there's a lot going on in the world that really can trigger me quickly. In the political landscape, I find that. And so I find, yes, love ourselves. We're all divine beings of light, except for those politicians that I don't like. Can you see how that doesn't work? So I have to really look at sending love and healing into those places where I feel this anger. Another way is I see that conflict and where I see this anger is where I'm out of alignment. And I have to figure out what that misalignment is for me. Sometimes it's in the reciprocity. It's because I haven't kept my good boundaries. And I've been so busy people pleasing, then all of a sudden I feel like I'm in conflict because I feel like I'm getting nothing back. But I haven't asked for what I needed. I've given too much and I haven't been honest with myself. And so the conflict can be an indicator. I say red flag, but what it really is it's like the asterisk or the sticky note in your study guide. It's like, okay, the blinking light on your car dash. It's saying, check this. Check this. So this month, wherever you find conflict, wherever you find this feeling of jealousy, competitiveness, controversy for yourself, start looking. What are the patterns? Where are you leaking, losing your energetic power, losing yourself? And ground and come back in to self-empowerment. Come back into your own heart, your own soul, your own sense of self with love. And start asking, how can I look at this person, this situation through love? And understanding doesn't mean allowing. It doesn't mean condoning. It just means loving and saying, I don't know what their purpose on this earth is. That kind of nod to Carolyn Meese's sacred contracts and how they're here to move the whole collective forward. But maybe this challenge this person is bringing in is really opening up doors for us to see more clearly. And when I've done that, I do see that in my life, and I do see the reflection in a different way. And 2 cards came out for soul cards. I pulled this one, and then I had an urge to pull a second one. Both of these for me really speak about our spirit team. It speaks about divine help and angelic help. It just really says to me, we're getting messages, we're connected, we're moving forward. And this is how we're going to move forward as we change and shift how we think, as we change and shift loving ourselves and therefore loving other people from this full cup. And at each and every turn, we're going to have our spirit teams helping us. And so for me, I define my spirit team as the universe, the creator, the divine, spirit, God, however you want to name it for yourself. I also see my ancestors, my loved ones in spirit. I see it as angels. I see it as saints or ascended masters. These connections in these people, I see it as the animal elders around me, giving me signs, asking me to think differently, to judge more openly, and to have a different perspective. And to know that each and every moment they are with me and I am deeply, deeply loved just because I breathe. I don't have to do it right. I don't have to be perfect at it, at anything that I'm trying to do. They're going to be with me regardless. I just have to sit back, put my hand on my heart, and feel them. And I invite you to do that this month. Find that quiet space. I love crystals. I love having incense. And since I can't, I have a beautiful gift from a friend, smokeless smudge incense. I've already said to her, thank you so much, because in our RV here in Victoria, I can't do that. So I use that. And I use that smell to connect me to my heart, to my soul, to my spirit team. And I just feel them. And that's the powerful thing. Like, even as I say this, and I can have tears come to my eyes because of how much they love me. I think about how much I have loved my children, and I think of them as little babies in my arms, and I'm just holding them and cuddling them. And my heart is so wide and open and just unconditional love. I just love them. And I know that my spirit team is not bound by all these human challenges. So their love is infinity more than I can even begin to understand. And so as I lean in, it makes such a huge difference. Find ways to lean in with a candle, with music, with a walk. Get to know your spirit team. Who are they and how do they support you? And this one by Sandra Kuntz, she's an Alberta artist that created this deck. Know that it is done. And for me, it is so powerful because as we do our healing work, as we do our deeper work of understanding that inner work, and we lean in and surrender with our spirit team, it is this knowing that it is done. We're doing it, therefore it's done. Just know and attach to that energy, that energetic version of you, your life, the situation, of what it looks like, sounds like, feels like when it is done. Do not, and this is where you're cutting the ties to the past. You're just cutting those ties and those anchors that are holding you down, and you're moving towards, like this butterfly, transforming what has been into what it will be. And so connect to the energy of this new version of yourself throughout March. And if you can't yet see it, just connect knowing that it is done. Connect that your spirit team has a vision of it. Connect that they will hold your light love. And if that's what you're doing right now, because you don't know what it looks like, connect to them. They've got you. That's what they're saying. We've got you. Do not worry. We have got you. Okay, I'm putting these up here. Now I'm going to take out my beautiful Light Seer Tarot by Chris-Anne Donnelly, and I'm going to look similar to what I've been doing. I'm looking at what is the energy we're bringing in for ourselves, right? From this last month of February, could even be February or just even from the past year. It's really, what's the energy? And we need to just take notice of that we're bringing into March. The Ace of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. And Colette Baron Reed, I'm going to pull her animal spirit. I just love, like, what is the energy that we're connecting into? Be here now, hummingbird spirit. Ooh, and spring is coming. Hummingbirds are coming. They're in Victoria, just so beautiful as we walk around. So one is the energy, the learnings, the teachings that we have that we're bringing in for us. First, that it's a beginning. And to me, this is a nod to the end. So we had a new year come in with the Chinese New Year. And with that, we had the end of the wood snake and starting the year of the fire horse. So it's the beginning of new things happening in our life. Pentacles are the suit of earth. So it's the suit of our home and our work. And it's the beginning. And so this person is nurturing the growth. You can see they're just holding it and they're nurturing. It is the beginning of possibilities. And that's what we're bringing in. All of our possibilities, all of our dreams that we're moving into, and we're bringing that in. And the Three of Swords. This is a tough, tough card. I love how this artist depicted it. Three of Swords. Swords is the suit of our thought, our mind, our communication. Swords is a hard suit. And the Three of Swords is about heartbreak. And often you'll see a heart with three swords poking through it. You have this picture of anguish. This person just sitting there crying out in anguish. And for some of us, there has been a lot of Three of Swords moments over the last year, over the last month. And it is recognizing where we have been challenged, our hearts broken, our life shattered. And don't run from it. Just recognize it and give it place, give it peace. Don't judge it with a negative. Ask how is it for you? How do you move with this through you? Because this whole experience is bringing you into your new version of yourself. And so it's embracing it and embodying it and allowing the anguish to ease through self-care, self-love, self-forgiveness. And just those moments of taking care of yourself or releasing yourself wholly and completely into the divine. Because what you're doing is the Seven of Pentacles, which is building new parts for yourself. You are planting seeds over here. And by embracing and acknowledging the pain that brought you here, and it allows you to, like, the more we lean in, it just loosens. Instead of fighting against it with fear and anxiety and scarcity mindset, lean in and say, yeah, it has been difficult. And I love you through this. And I know I'm not alone. And I know this is for me. I don't understand yet, but I know it is. All these thoughts. You can see his hand, and he's just nurturing this tree. He's nurturing the roots. He's nurturing what is to come. And that's what the Seven of Pentacles is about. It's about planting seeds and transforming and transmuting our challenges into energy, wisdom for growth. And we do that by being here now. What that means is, and we have that all the time, Eckhart Tolle, it's the power of now. It's this idea that really the only action you have any power on is this second, this moment, this thought. And it's recognizing that you control each thought, you control your behaviors, you control your beliefs. And as you take control of those, you navigate towards what you're trying to create. You navigate and create a path towards your highest good and your highest potential. But all of that magic happens in the now and being here in the now. For me, this is often I can get stuck in swirling thinking about the past and just getting stuck thinking about things that happened in the past that now I have no control over. They happened. I can't change them. So I need to shift this shame. Usually it's tied with shame, anger, or negative emotions. And it's shifting those into a positive and be here now. Cut those anchors and say, I empower myself to take that wisdom and to move forward. The love is easier for us to pull forward for ourselves when we feel love, when we feel supported. It's easier. And sometimes it's this anguish that's hard. So leaning into that will be important. Now with our Wild Cosmic Tarot from Epiphany, we're going to look at what we need to, what are the challenges this month? And when we look at challenges, sometimes we're like, oh, grit our teeth and say, I don't want these. I don't want these. And it's like, oh, you want these. This is what's happening for you, for your highest good. This is for you to uniquely understand what you need to lean into, embrace, and therefore bring through with wisdom and grace. Okay, so we're going to look. The first gift is the Emperor in reverse. Then we have Page of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have Ace of Cups in reverse. So interesting. How do you read reversals? So I read reversals, this energy, as soon as it's in reverse, this card, and this card only was picked. So I look at the energy that is possible with this card. And I ask myself, is it coming in? Is it moving out? Or is it stuck? So you're going to ask yourself the same, because I'm going to read for the collective, but this might have a different reading for yourself. So the Emperor. The Emperor is a major arcana card. That means that it is part of the hero's journey. And in this pull, in this line, it has more potency than the other cards. And the Emperor is really about embracing who we are and knowing who we are. So it's just about personal sovereignty, about spiritual sovereignty, about taking the space. You can see for me, it's like he's sitting, his legs are wide, his arms are wide. He is taking up space as the emperor in this kingdom. And this is really about this energy as you're working through all of this, as you're coming to yourself, really taking the energy and taking up the space of who you are becoming, and doing that, becoming sovereign in your own life's journey. So is it a block for you? Do you have a hard time looking in the mirror and saying, yes, girl, you've got this? Do you spend too much time comparing yourself to everyone else on social media and saying, oh, I don't have that, right? This judgment, negative judgment. I don't have that. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not pretty. I'm not skinny. I'm not young. I'm not. This is about what you are. And this is about the belief that you were created with your specific gifts, talents, life experiences for this moment of time. And the challenge for you this month is to embrace it and to say, This is who I am, and I'm going to take up space in this learning, in this becoming, in this transformation. This is who I am. Oh, so exciting for you. Page of Pentacles. So as you do that, this energy comes in. Page of Pentacles is about in our everyday life, our work, our home, we're planting seeds. These are the court cards. Page is the beginning. It's that new energy. We've been through 1 to 10, all those minor life things. Now we're coming at a higher level, starting again, really embracing who we are and planting those seeds of who we are. But we have to first take up the space and say, yes, this is what I'm going to do. And now I'm going to plant the seeds, which then brings us into new energy of the Ace of Cups. Cups is water. It is the suit of intuition, relationships, emotion. And so it's, for me, it's about a new relationship with ourself and who we are, and therefore the people around us as we continue to grow into our highest potential. And we learn to love this and embrace it and take space in it and saying, I am worthy of this becoming. I am worthy of taking these next steps. And we support ourselves through and we do this work. Our relationships, our intuition increases. Our connection to the divine increases. So as a challenge, this is where you have to look. Which parts of these do you feel blocked in? Do you feel challenged in? And throughout the month, you might want to come back and you might want to pull more cards for yourself. Hop on my Coffee and Cards every Monday, or you can hop on my YouTube live. And if you can't make it live, just send me a question and I can pull cards for you. If you need clarity in this part of the challenges that are helping you to expand and explore, right? The challenges bring us, they're happening for us to bring us closer to our most authentic and highest potential self. So Judith Orloff, she has beautiful surrender. What do we have to surrender into? Surrender to the wisdom of your body. For me, this is my intuition, my soul. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. It's using your body as the oracle. Often people will say, and that's why I tell you, put your hand on your heart. What is your message as you move forward? That's your inner compass. That's your inner knowing. I have used that to make huge decisions in my life. I've made it with my spirit team, knowing where I wanted to go and trusting and surrender as I did it. And so in these challenges, as you're looking at which are blocks, listen to your body. And sometimes we find ourselves with our nervous system being in a loop of scarcity, fear, and anxiety. So practice somatic exercises that will help you. So you can either Google somatic exercises, but what they are ways to calm yourself. So for some people, that's walking. Some people, that's yoga. Some people, that's meditating. Some people, that's breathing. Some people, that's journaling. Some people, it's listening to music or a mixture of all of these. Somatic exercises are taking your nervous system and calming it, letting it know that it's safe. And when it feels safe, you can listen to your intuition. Your intuition and your guides are not going to be negative. They do not send you negative thoughts. They do not send you negative directions to do things to hurt yourself or others. They do not criticize you. They're love and possibility and moving forward. Because within that divine realm of our souls and our hearts, the duality that we see of good and bad, light and dark, is not there. Everything is an experience that is there to be cherished, to be learned from, and that you can work through because it helps you in your becoming. If you need help connecting. Connect with me. We can talk about that. I can mentor you in this process. Okay, our next line is about what are the gifts? So we know for sure that our spirit teams are always here, and this month even more so. So what are the ways they're helping us? What are the gifts that are coming in, and the gifts that are going to really, we're going to find, when I say gifts, I also see I see gifts because I just find them the signs. They're my gifts, my signs, my way forward. And so they just really help me. The first one is King of Wands. The second one is Knight of Cups, both in reverse, and Four of Pentacles in reverse. It is interesting. I do not usually get this many reversals. Once again, as I do this for you, are you seeing it coming in? Are you seeing it going out? Are you seeing it blocked? For me, when I see 3 in a row, this is about it being blocked. So how do we move it forward? How do we unblock this energy? So your gift is unblocking the King of Wands. Wands is the suit of fire, creativity, passion, what stirs our soul, our emotions, our every cell of our being. And the King of Wands is knowing that and living it in a very balanced way. So it's not about being an addictive, obsessed in your passions. This is about knowing you are living your passion and recognizing that parts of it are great, parts of it suck, parts of it are going to be so wonderful that they're going to outdo any of the challenges. But it is finding your light. What is that for you? So I talked about the astrology and the karmic way we're moving forward. And this is about you really choosing your destiny. It's about deciding, knowing, no, it is done. What are you creating in your life? And so if you have no idea and you're like, I'll do whatever the spirit wants for me, and that becomes a block. And the reason is because you know what? Every experience you choose is a good one. Spirit is like, yeah, that one will be a hard road, but you're going to learn a lot from it. So there's no bad road to what we choose. So what is it that you want to do? What is it you want to embody to bring the fire and creativity into your life? And you have to choose it. You have to actually start making lists. I've talked about doing a God box and putting things in it that you want to call into your life. And it is really embodying your wish, hopes, and dreams. It is embodying what you want to manifest in your life. And sometimes we have a hard time with this because we're like, well, if I have hope and want to have it come in, then if it doesn't happen, I feel disappointed. And it's like, yeah, that's true. But how are you moving towards it? Because it's the journey that is important, not the destination. So what is your destination? Where are you going? What's your true north? What's your compass? Where are you going? And then it comes with the Knight of Cups. So knights are always about movement, and cups is the suit of water. It's the suit of, as I've said, relationships, intuition, emotions. And the Knight of Cups is often a card with in others, Knight of Cups can actually be very romantic. It's a very emotionally connected card and moving yourself forward in emotional ways and breaking down the barriers. That's what I'm getting from here. It's really breaking down the barriers and recognizing that we are here for this experience. And win or lose, every ounce of emotion that we are experiencing is utter bliss for us. So if you're blocking this, right? If it's in reverse and you're blocking it, and you want to bring in a fullness of your intuition, a fullness of your emotions, it is really owning them and recognizing when you have emotions that tear you down, tear those around you down. When you have emotions that are destructive, Recognize which emotions are red flags for you. So for me, when I see anger, as I said, anger, criticism, judgment, and envy and jealousy and those types of things, and that way, I start to recognize, okay, where am I having a feeling of lack of scarcity or lack of enoughness in myself or in my life? And so the Knight of Cups for me, as I turn into this strong relationship with myself, with my body, with my heart, my soul, I I know it's going to guide me. I know that I'm going to have a strong sense of moving forward where I feel wooed, where I feel that woo energy. And when I say that, like, you've had someone woo you, give you flowers and woo you and bringing you. And so this is now situations, energy is wooing you. That's your gift. That's where if you're trying to figure out what you love, where are you feeling wooed? Where does your heart light up? Where does your soul light up? And you're going, "Oh yeah, I feel so good in this energy." And then the next one coming in is the Four of Pentacles. Pentacles, the suit of earth, everyday living, home, and work. And this one is so powerful because it's asking, is this a block for you? Or is this something you need to really open up? So the Four of Pentacles can often have the sense he's holding everything tight to his chest. He's got lots of abundance and flowers, but he's holding it tight and not necessarily a loving tight. In some other decks, so like in this one, the person's holding the purse tight. They're looking at the town, they're going to go shopping, but they're holding everything tight. In another, Rider-Waite Smith, they're just holding the coin. The person is just tightly holding the coin, just like they don't want to lose it. They don't want someone to take it from you. And this is really getting you to ask yourself, where are you holding tight? Where are you not allowing the flow? Where are you seeing scarcity mindset? Where are you fearful? If I do this, something's going to happen, right? If I do a podcast, something it won't work out. What's going to happen? So you tighten up, you become very dense and constricted, and you do not move forward. And this is a sign. So the gift for you is to see where you see that constriction, where you see that denseness. And instead, so say, okay, I see that. I'm going to move lovingly. I'm going to know that it's going to be okay and I'm supported. And I'm going to lean in and let it thaw, let it move forward. And it doesn't mean you want to go forward just guns a-blazing. It means go forward with this sense of woo, the sense of love is the experience, this sense of curiosity. And I am wondering, I'm going to pull from this beautiful Sacred Rebels deck. So what is the energy for this line? What is the energy for this line? Just kind of pulling in. Ooh, listening for the truth. So it's very similar here. So listen for the truth. So how do you listen to truth? Do you listen with your heart? Do you hear it in your body, in your gut? Do you hear it in your soul? Do you know when a truth is there? Uh, so for me, I have been challenged in some ways with some physical ailments, and it has been in some ways tied directly to how I view myself in my aging, in my body, in how I interact with the world, and how much I show up or don't show up. And the truth of it is me really surrendering into the beauty of my body and what these restrictions and challenges can mean for my growth. And so as I lean in and I'm not so constricted and I'm just leaning in and I'm going, okay, you know what? I'm going to change my movement, change my patterns so that I can take this walk literally in a more healthy way. I can do this movement in a more healthy way. And I release my frustration and my critical self-judgment. Instead, I move in with loving care. What's happened as I do that? I show up, I move more. And for me, I eat less. And I move out of addictive behaviors into more positive behaviors. What is your truth? Where are you seeing it? From all of these, we're in blockages. So for you, what does the truth look like for you? How do you know how you move forward? And our last line is all about, what does your spirit team want you to know? What's the most important thing? So I've been talking for a while, and here I'm just saying in a nutshell. So this is the concluding paragraph. This is the Cole's Notes version. It's like, take notice of this because this is super important. Okay. And this is called This Might Hurt Tarot. First, we have the Sun in reverse. We have the Devil, and we have Nine of Wands, which is so interesting. So 2 major arcana. So this is an important time. The Sun in reverse. So is it coming in? And you know what? If you're doing the work that I've talked about here, the Sun is coming in. If you're not doing the work, you're going to find it very cloudy and dreary. And so don't judge yourself and get yourself into more self-deprecating thoughts and behaviors. Instead, recognize, okay, I'm not feeling the Sun. So where do I need to go back and journal and dig deeper? And so then the Sun comes in. The Sun is one of the best cards. This is Major Arcana. It's about the Sun is the lifeblood of our earth. We cannot exist without the Sun. And this is about the warmth and goodness happening. Here we have beautiful child, puppies, just love, glow, warmth, your most beautiful summer day of joy. That's what can come in for you. Saying this is coming in. So do this work. That's your essence of being. That's why you came here to be on this earth. To do the inner work, to come into a deeper understanding of who you are, your patterns, the different paradigms that you live within, and some that constrict you and some that can let you free. The devil is really about our addictions, our challenges, and the ways that we are held hostage. So that's where I spoke about here. I recognize. So for me, a lot of this is food. It is food related. And I find myself craving sugar and carbohydrates and just at an insane level. So I have to recognize that. And with this judgment card of self-love and knowing that it is done, that I'm going to be okay. And so I have to change my judgment, because really what the devil card is saying, the devil wants you in fear, anxiety, and self-deprecating thoughts. He wants you there. Why? Because that's how he controls you, keeps you in your addictions. He keeps you bound in arguments, fights, because you're so busy in anger and fear and worry, and then trying to numb all of that, that you are distracted from the Sun, from love, from wholeness, from the power that you have. And there's Eileen Gu from the Olympics, and she is the freestyle skier, this beautiful, beautiful young girl, 22 years of age, that was talking about neuroplasticity, because someone was amazed at how well she was thinking. And she's just thinking, we have the power of our thoughts. And our thoughts, as we change our thoughts, we change our beliefs and our behaviors, and we can move forward differently. And it is getting you to really acknowledge this and see where this is in your life. And with a loving, compassionate way, you are going to dismantle these addictions, dismantle these ties that keep you constricted, dense, and not living the brightest, most loving, most powerful self that you can be. And the Nine of Wands, here is this guy. And Wands, once again, the suit of fire, passion. And in here, he's writing. So he might be writing an essay, writing a book, whatever it is. The Nine of Wands is about, we are exhausted, we're tired, we can't believe we're still doing this. He might be at 3 a.m. finishing his essay. I did that many times. And this is when we want to give up. We want to say, it's not going to happen anyway. Why do it? And here, the message your spirit team wants to do is saying, the change is right here. The change is just around the corner. Do not give up. This is when you double down. This is when you grit it out. This is when you surrender to us. This is when you cry and let us hold you. This is when you weep and you release all that no longer serves you. Do not give up. Because what you've been transforming into and working hard is coming. So do not give up, my lovely, lovely soul. That's what they're saying to you. Isn't that beautiful? Such a beautiful, beautiful love letter. And I'm going to use the Magic Spirit Oracle. I always forget the creator, but I did do a YouTube on it. If you're interested in the cards on my YouTube channel, all of the decks that I use, I talked about them because I just love them. It says The Alchemist. Oh, I don't break that easy. Not anymore. Instead, I use things as fuel. The Alchemist. It's about empowerment, pain, sorceress. It's about going through these difficult challenges and alchemizing it into wisdom and the power of who you want to transform into being in this life, in this next iteration of who you are. Because I believe we continuously are growing and changing and moving. It's a continual spiral and evolution of becoming. And this is just about this next becoming. So dive into it, breathe into it, and jump into it. And so now I'm just going to pull some overarching oracle cards. I love these because they hit specific points. And for me, I just sometimes can really tie into them as the reading, within the reading. So this is transform. For me, this is a good summation. This whole reading is about your continued transformation and you leaning into this transformative process, recognizing where you're stuck, recognizing your challenges, and understanding where you want to go in your transformation. What does it look like? And if you don't have an actual destination in mind, what are you going to feel like? What will you look like? What are your relationships going to be like? So break apart your life in so many different ways. And then it's through there you're going to really be detailed about what that looks like, feels like, sounds like for you. And now I have the Lantern Oracle, just looking at for us. Eternal Gatekeeper. Acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. So for me, in so many places, this is about you. As we do the deep dives, it's about you understanding what you are growing, what is you, and you're protecting that at the highest cost. And you protect that by understanding what are your triggers? What are the ways that you feel less than? Because you are meant, just because you breathe, for the most extraordinary life. You are meant to have experiences that help you to explore such a wide expanse of emotions, of connections, of relationships, of teachings, of understandings. And for all of it, it's so different because there's so many humans. That might be different. For some people, they do that. We're near the ocean. So for some people, they live on the ocean and they do that by being in the ocean and swimming and eating a lot of fish and fishing and doing it that way. That's not my way. Some people are farmers. Some people are body workers, everything. So what is your truth? And it's really owning your own truth and writing some of those down. It's those wishes, who you're becoming, and being a gatekeeper for it. Regardless, the Emperor, regardless of what other people think, when you listen to your heart and soul, are you moving towards your highest potential? If yes, protect it. and work with your spirit team to help you protect it so that you continue to move. Asha Frost, we have beautiful Sacred Medicine Oracle. I just love hers. She's a powerful, powerful healer. Sacred Medicine. You have a calling that's coming to you. This whole healing is a calling. Every time we do the work for ourselves, we do the work for the collective. Your deep inner work is needed at this time on the planet. Find self-love, find your transformation and your sun, and disconnect from the ways that we are addicted and fearful and unaware of what we're doing. Embrace your uniqueness, embrace who you are. Oh, that gives me chills. It's so powerful. I have two more that I'm going to do. This is Rebecca Campbell's Ancient Stones deck. And then I'm going to, I just love. Be the mountain, steady and slow and steady. Foundations, patience. For me, this is the Emperor. For me, this is the internal gatekeeper. It's really understanding who you are at this core level and loving that. So if you find yourself hating who you are, instead go to therapy. Understand yourself through human design, through astrology, and how you were divinely created to be here. Get a card reading. Start connecting to the mystical. Because this is the thing, is that as we're doing all of this change and this challenge, it really is a core foundational, the emperor of who you are, that we're just building up and we're moving into. And our final card, our beautiful Wild Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is about Shiva of the Buddhist tradition. And I just love these cards and the messages they have for us. In the darkest nights of my soul, I have found these cards help me and give me hope. So here we have this picture, beautiful grandparents and this young girl. Child's play. Conscious play creates energy. It allows us to enjoy the discipline that helps us feel safe, productive, and we make progress on our path. It opens up to life and increases our vitality and creativity. Without it, discipline and hard work can wear away at our life force. When balanced with loving and healthy discipline, there is no need to fear it. It can only bring benefit. So play. How do we get unstuck? How do we, in the addictions of doing and being and becoming, play? Find ways to play and laugh and bring joy into your life. I don't know why it's coming up. Go and do a paint night session. Go and do pottery. Go and create that way. Go and play bridge. Go play in some way, shape, or form in your life. Go play with your dog. Go play with your cat. Find ways to bring play, because it's going to bring that sunshine, that joy that's going to make this seem easier to attain. It makes you find that balance as we're transforming and doing the hard work. We also have balance in play. I have loved doing this reading for you. This is my soul calling. This is my service, and most specifically, service to women in big tower moments of their life. If you're interested in connecting with me, connect with me on my Instagram at michellewright.co. I love having you here. Listen to this again mid-month, journal, really listen to what resonates for you, because your individual story is where you saw the twinges, the body connections going, yeah, that's it, where your mind started just daydreaming and moving towards. That's your message. That's your spiritual sovereignty. And that's how your spirit team is working for you. Lots of love. And until next time, keep leading with your soul.
That wraps up another episode of the Lead with Your Soul podcast. I'm so grateful you chose to spend this time with me. As you navigate your own life transitions, remember to be gentle with yourself and embrace the journey. If you found value in today's episode, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit. Join me next week for more insights and inspiration. Until next time, keep leading with your soul.